What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Leo coming to you guys with yet another video. So, we gotta talk because on Monday Night Raw last night, there was a segment that caught my attention, and I wanted to talk about it and potentially break it down a little bit and dissect and all that good stuff, and potentially talk about where it could lead to down the line, where it decides to lead, and everything like that. But the specific segment in mind that I'm talking about is the Judgment Day segment from last night. Now, we seen the way they set it up, it seemed like that there is definitely a divide within the Judgment Day. Because on one side, you had Carlito, you had Finn, and you had JD on the left side of the screen and everything like that. On the right side, you have Raquel kind of sitting behind the chair or whatever, or the couch. Then you had Liv right next to Finn, and then you had Dom on the other side. Now we've been seeing some stuff being teased with Dom and Finn, and we got some more of that throughout the segment where Dom said he's gonna go to Adam Pearce and talk about getting a match between him and Damian, and he said he had a plan. Then Balor was like, "Do you think you're better than me?" And then Dominic says, "No, it's not like that." Then it kind of just seems that there's more tension that there's being told between those two, and they're definitely teasing some more tension between Finn Balor and Liv Morgan, because Liv Morgan says, Raquel, can you tell Finn that I told him not to get involved with Damian Priest because I knew this would happen? Then Finn Balor shot right back and says, Raquel, tell Liv that she has other worries to worry about, specifically Rhea Ripley and stuff like that, because those two have an impending title match happening on the first Raw of Netflix, so that there's definitely some conflict happening here. Now, there's different ways that there are going to potentially, I do see a split, right? I do see a potential split or a power shift, so to speak, in the Judgment Day. Now, we got JD over there. He's pretty much playing peacekeeper. Like, we shouldn't be fighting. We shouldn't be arguing. It's Christmas. We don't need to have any of this going down here tonight. Um, we we're seeing some things, and you just have Carly just being in the back, just pretty much just being there and stuff like that. Um, but my thing is this. Now, I know there's been different reports and stuff like that, that there's Finn Balor supposed to be in line for a big, big, major push in 2025. Now, I am going to consider that in what I'm talking about later on. Now, you could say that maybe what this thing is with the split, it's going to probably be Carlito, JD, and Finn going off on their own on one side, and Liv, Raquel, and Dom going off on the other side. Because if you've been seeing them kind of recently, Raquel, Liv, and Dom have always kind of been together, so that there is a potential possibility that if we're doing this transfer window, maybe they do end up going to SmackDown at some point, and then you keep Finn, JD, and Carlita on Raw. But I think if you're talking about Finn Balor for a quick moment, and he wants his aspiration of being world champion, I think he has to stay wherever the world championship is. Now, I did see in the Netflix thing, that which we live streamed, of course, that he is going to be on Raw. Gunther will remain on Raw, but then Cody's going to remain on SmackDown. Now, at first, I was going to say, well, if they decide to switch world titles, you could send Gunther to SmackDown and Cody over to Raw, because that kind of makes more sense. Because I know Netflix wants the big heavy hitters on their show, and we know, like, I think it's even being confirmed that Netflix wants big names like Punk. They want Cody, they want Roman, they want potentially The Rock. They already have Logan Paul, so they want some big names over on that show. Then you send SmackDown some names as well, and I can see Finn Balor being over there, being one of those names, and potentially completing his quest, so to speak, becoming world champion. But I don't think that's going to be the case, because now that he's going to be on Raw, and I don't know how he's really going to fit in with a lot of it happening unless you see something like this happen. Because I can see them switching him over to SmackDown potentially. Now, this is how this I can see this happening. Now, I did say we already offer you guys a potential way that we do to see the split where Finn, JD, and Carlito go on one side and going off on their own. You have Liv, Raquel, and Dom going on the other side. That's one way of doing it. Another way is potentially kicking out Finn Balor and therefore turning him babyface in the process. Now, I think a lot of people could agree that he has been a great babyface. I think it's time that we kind of see him shift back to his old character that he was playing throughout 2016 and 2017, because he, and maybe give him his old theme song back because it was really good, and therefore his first feud could be getting um going against the Judgment Day. Maybe he gets back aligned with Rhea at some point, and maybe they reconcile. And the same thing with Finn, not Finn Balor, but Finn Balor and Damian. Maybe they can reconcile and go after the rest of the members. And then one of his first feuds could be potentially leading up to WrestleMania. Him and JD, it could be a teacher versus student type of scenario. You could do that. You could do Finn Balor and Dom. That would be another great match as well. I wouldn't say Finn Balor and Carlito. That could be on a Raw or something. I'm just being honest, but those two you could potentially build up, especially for Dominic Mysterio, the way they've been booking him and portraying him and teasing things between him and Finn as of late. Now that is a good way to do it, but another way of doing it is maybe they've been kind of teasing some stuff with Dom potentially going face. Now, how do they do that? I don't know. I mean, I don't really know how I could see Dom be a face, but they've been teasing it, and he's kind of been doing things on his own, which I like. Which they're kind of usually when somebody's a babyface, you have them kind of do things like that. Yes, they have been made exceptions for heels to do the same thing, but I think it could still work. And then another thing, here's how you do it. We've seen Finn Balor and Liv Morgan going back to back at each other throughout the night, and what it made me feel like they're kind of sounding like just a couple in like marriage counseling, trying to work out their issues. Um, and maybe that's what they're teasing because we did see Finn Balor take that key card and go to Liv Morgan that night. We know that Finn Balor, told Liv to go with Dom, but we don't know what else they've really talked about. Maybe it's only half of the story that we have been told. Maybe that there is some other layers to the story between Liv and Dom, not Liv and Dom, but Liv and Finn that we don't know about yet. Maybe Finn Balor is really secretly being with Liv behind closed doors and we don't know about it. And I can see them potentially turning on um Dominic and kicking him out, or maybe after they maybe within dismantle the whole Judgment Day maybe and become a power couple or something. I can see those different scenarios happening. So there is different ways you can do it. You could do the split where it's 3-3, like I said earlier. You could do them kicking out Finn, therefore him turning face, or you could do Dom being the one turning face and therefore creating a new couple within Finn Balor and Liv Morgan. So that there is different ways that to happen, and we're probably gonna get some more teas, especially as we head into Raw Netflix. Maybe we'll get some more on the Raw Netflix as well, because we do know Liv is defending the title on that show against Rhea Ripley. We know there's gonna be a six-man tag team match next week with Finn Balor, JD McDonough, and Dominic versus Damien Priest and the Viking Raiders. Um, so, so we can see that. We will see what happens with that. But comment down below, let me know. What do you guys think is going to happen with this inevitable breakup of the Judgment Day? How do you think it's going to play out? Do you think we're going to see Finn Balor, JD, and Carlito go off on their own and Liv, Dom, and Raquel go off on their own and become two different separate entities and factions? Do we see a potential Dominic Mysterio getting kicked out? Therefore, we understand that there was more that Liv and Finn talked about. I can see that. I think I'm way more leaning towards that. Or do you guys think we'll see Finn Balor be kicked out, therefore him turning babyface in the process, and then that leads to his march to WrestleMania and stuff like that? Comment down below. Let me know. Super kick that like button, helps my channel gets pushed across the platform so more people can see what I'm doing here on YouTube. Superman punch that post notification bell and spear the subscribe button. We're on the road to 500 subscribers. Let's get to that milestone by the end of the year if we're able to. But with that being said, hope everybody has a great day, a great rest of your week, and I'll see you guys in the next video.